For almost 20 years, a Philadelphia family has been waiting for answers, for justice. But they won't give up. They're hoping one day police will be able to find out who murdered their loved one, John Whitehead.
They gave us one of the most iconic anthems of all time, Ain't No Stoppin' Us Now. But in the end, something did stop them. One of them met a tragic fate, while the other faded into silence. What really happened to McFadden and Whitehead? Why was John Whitehead murdered in cold blood? And does the music industry hold a dark secret about their deaths? This is the untold mystery of McFadden and Whitehead. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see this whole conspiracy from a new angle that never made public. So, if you're ready to uncover the shocking truth, stay with me till the end, because this is just the beginning. I dive deep into stories like this every week, exposing the dark side of Hollywood, the music industry, and the untold conspiracies they don't want you to know. If you're into uncovering the truth, hit that subscribe button and turn on notification bell so that you don't miss what's coming next. Before we dive into the crime, let's go back in time. Gene McFadden and John Whitehead were more than just musicians. They were visionaries of the Philadelphia soul movement. Starting as members of the Epsilons, they later became legendary songwriters for Philadelphia International Records, working with artists like the O'Jays, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, and Teddy Pendergrass.
Thank you very much. Welcome to California. Gene, let me jump around in the middle here. Now this is weird. It's McFadden and Whitehead, but it's Whitehead and McFadden. You guys always stand in the opposite direction?
The way you say it, it comes out, right?
Are you trying to confuse the troops out there?
Nah.
I thought the way I would set this up as fellow Philadelphians, I'd have you down and out, struggling, and then I look at the gold chains and the clothes, and then I looked at the list around. Holy mackerel. How many songs have you written in your lives?
About 50.
For whom have you written songs? Listen to this list of people.
The O'Jays, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, Teddy Pendergrass, Lou Rawls, the Jackson 5, Melba Moore.
Stop. That's enough. Couldn't get anybody to record your stuff, huh? Now, was it out of desperation or were you always songwriters?
No, we became songwriters in '72, but we always wanted to sing since '67, but we were sidetracked.
Oh, I mean, didn't you run around all of the world with Otis Redding at one point?
Yes, we did. And then when he died, that's when we came back to Philadelphia and put ourselves in the hands of Gamble and Huff.
All right, to become stars in front, right? And nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff failed again, right?
No, they didn't fail. No, they figured we needed more training.
I'm never going to be able to go back to Philadelphia. They're going to be after me. No, so they had you running around there in that factory where they turn out great music, all like Philadelphia International stuff. But you didn't have any hits on your own. Why?
Really, all our time was taken for our other artists. We were signed exclusively with our publishing company, Mighty 3, and that obligates us to write for Teddy Pendergrass, the O'Jays, and who's ever affiliated with our company.
All right, you got the magic touch. Now you got to hit on your own.
But their biggest success came in 1979 with Ain't No Stoppin' Us Now. A song that became an anthem for resilience and progress. It went platinum, hit #1 on the R&B charts, and became a cultural phenomenon. With success, however, comes enemies. The music industry isn't just about talent, it's about power, control, and sometimes even danger. Fast forward to May 11, 2004. John Whitehead, 55 years old, is outside his home in Philadelphia, working on his car with his nephew. Suddenly, gunfire. 6 bullets strike him in the neck and chest. His nephew is injured but survives. John Whitehead dies instantly. But here's where things get strange. The police called it an execution-style killing, a planned hit. Yet, to this day, no arrests have been made.
Replaced, it's the memory of him, particularly his murder back in 2004, that she can't shake.
I feel like I did 18 years ago. It still hurts. and I feel like somebody should be held accountable.
The question is skeptical smiley face. Why was John Whitehead targeted?
This car was parked right here.
No one was ever charged. It's hard to carry that for years.
It's not like I'm around feeling like, oh, we're going to find out who did this. It's 18 years later, and but I still have hope. I still have hope.
Philly Police Captain Jason Smith says that newer resources are allowing more cold cases like the Whiteheads to be reopened.
I want to impress upon everyone that we have not forgotten about the homicide victims, and it's our job, it's our mission to provide closure to these family members, next of kin of these homicide victims.
Some say it was a case of mistaken identity. Others believe it was linked to money disputes or past connections to the industry.
He was the hook master, man.
The family tells me that the grapevine tells them that John was not targeted. His killing was a mistake.
I get emotional about it.
Sure. Anthony Williams was like a brother to John. He's heard other things too, mainly that the shooters are no longer here.
But there's another theory that John Whitehead knew too much.
The tail end of that is years later, every last one of them got killed too.
They're all gone now.
They all got killed too. You hear stuff in the street, and you be like, that he was involved with this, they was involved with that, and karma catches up with you. Karma catches up with you one way or another. So my thing is, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Karima Whitehead says she hears her father's music every day. It changes you. You live with the pain.
The music industry has a history of dark secrets, and some believe Whitehead might have been involved in or knew about shady dealings. Some even claim his death was connected to larger forces within the industry, similar to what happened to other artists. Let's talk about Philadelphia International Records, the label that helped shape McFadden and Whitehead's career. It was a powerhouse for soul music, but also had a history of disputes over money and control. Many artists struggled to get their fair share of royalties. Did Whitehead try to fight for what was his? Could he have been digging into financial discrepancies that someone wanted to keep buried? And let's not forget, the music industry has a long history of mysterious deaths. From Sam Cooke to Marvin Gaye, from Tupac to Biggie, many legendary artists have died under suspicious circumstances. Could Whitehead be another name on that list? What's even more suspicious? The case went cold almost immediately. No leads, no suspects, no justice. How does a well-known figure get executed in broad daylight with no answers? And what about Gene McFadden? His story is equally tragic but far less violent. After Whitehead's murder, McFadden seemed to fade from the public eye. He suffered from health issues, including lung and liver cancer, and passed away just 2 years later in 2006. Some say his death was purely medical. Others believe that stress and heartbreak from losing his lifelong friend played a role in his decline. But there's another theory. Did McFadden try to investigate Whitehead's murder on his own? There are whispers that he pushed for answers but got nowhere. Was he warned to stop? Did he realize that seeking justice was more dangerous than he expected? Whether coincidence or conspiracy, the timing of McFadden's death makes you wonder if the tragic end of McFadden and Whitehead was more than just bad luck. Was there more to his passing than meets the eye? So we're left with more questions than answers. Who killed John Whitehead? Why has no one been brought to justice? And is the music industry protecting dangerous secrets? We may never know the full truth. But one thing is certain, their music lives on, and their legacy can never be erased. What do you think happened? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the dark side of the music industry.